Hell nah, I ain't sleep today, but I'ma be okay. Miss my family on the east, but fuck it, I can't.
What is up, everyone? Zuki M1 here, and I am back with a brand new League of Legends video. Today I'm bringing you guys Azir in the mid lane, and today I'll be facing off against Katarina. So, today I am solo dolo this time around. I didn't have anybody that I went solo queue with this time around, so it's just gonna be me versus the solo queue. So this is my Smurf account. I recently got it to silver. It started in bronze 5 with 0 LP. After I had won 7 out of the 10 placement matches, so I had to make a huge climb right there for this account to get into that into silver. I can definitely say it felt less satisfying than I would have had imagined, but I've been really pushing for my main account to get into gold, so I've been playing a lot more on my main account recently. I'll upload a video later of me playing on my on my main account. So yeah, I can just to give you guys a little foreshadow about this matchup. This matchup was rough. It was definitely not easy at all. I don't know if I wouldn't say I necessarily underestimated the Katarina, but I know for a fact I don't know if I'm looking back on this match. I want you guys' opinion on what you think I could have did better in the landing phase portion of me versus the Katarina, because from my perspective, I felt like I played the matchup pretty well. Like whenever she wanted to come up to last hit, she had to get harassed, which is normally what I do with most melee champions. But when she jumps right on top of me, it was very little for me to do. Now, what I found easy for me to be able to do was for me to have a soldier in the distance, so I can dash away. So when she dashes on me, I can dash towards that and just stay away. I think I should stop focus so much on like harassing people too in lane and focus more on CSing. If I want to get my Azir from being in, lower elos like bronze and silver to gold and higher, because I definitely think I can make it to plat with my Azir. So right here, you see that we're trading up pretty well. I'm taking a lot of minion aggro right here. I don't believe my masteries are the ones that reduce the amount of minion aggro that you take. So I'm just taking a whole bunch of unnecessary minion aggro right there. So right now, I'm trying to do a pretty decent job of harassing the Katarina and keeping my CS up on par. I think I have more CS than her. So right here, right, she jumped right on top of me, and there was very little I could do right there. Now I summoned the soldier and got the shield, but if she would have had ult, I could have died. Right now, I'm gonna find that out later on in the match. That if she jumps right on top of me, regardless of if I get that shield or not, it just does way too much burst damage with the Thunderlords proccing at the same time. So the Thunderlords proc plus the Shimpo and then the spin and her Q just does way too much damage in one short sentence without me being able to respond back with a proper type of protection. Now, I think I could proc my barrier beforehand to try to help myself. Now, right here, my jungler makes a huge mistake. I remember this gank very faintly because he gets the knockup right here, right? And he pursues and then get ignited and dies to her under turret. Now, I told him that there's no way for me to be able to catch up to you, and that you're out of my range. I don't have the same range that I used to. So I'm explaining this to him now, that that was a bad gank. You shouldn't have pursued. After you had lowered her, you should have just backed off and let her either push or we just leave. Now right here, I make a really bad mistake by being greedy. So I'm making a really costly decision to want to stay and try to farm. because Katarina has a kill lead over me right now, and if she kills me here, she'll have a CS lead as well. Fortunately, I do try to. I mean, I don't leave. I don't think so, and it costs me right here. So she's gonna hit level 6, and then she's gonna jump right on top of me and kill me. No, wait, no. The I think I warded. Yeah, I think nope, I didn't ward, because I would have seen the Warwick there. So the Warwick comes for the gank right here, and yep, and then I die. So he gets the kill on the Katarina, but I was greedy and it costed me my life, right? He gets away, but you know, I died unnecessarily basically. Now, what I had assumed, what I could have tried to get away with, was trying to get a I was hoping that my Thunderlords could have killed her with the amount of health that she had left, along with having a barrier would have been eating most of her damage, because again, when we fought right there, she was only level 5. So it wasn't that big of a level difference between each other. So right now, I'm currently tied with her in CS right now. My jungler was taking some of my CS, so I was a little upset about that. But you know, you kind of just go with the flow. So right here, I'm just going. This is going to be another bad fight for me right here. So she jumps right on top of me. I try to proc the shield. I get the shield, but then she kills me like instantly. So again, right there, I tried to fight her straight up. Now, my problem is that I've been fighting against a lot of assassins, mainly like Fizz and Talons, Zeds, Cassidans with the new Azir. And with each one of those matchups, when I retaliate by coming back into their face and doing the damage from my E, and then getting the shield from my E, they can't immediately burst me, because their initial burst is when they jump on top of me. You see what I'm saying? So when they jump on top of me and they, you know, hit me with that damage, I'm in a position where I'm just like, okay, well, I can retaliate by putting up a shield. But here, the Katarina just does too much burst damage in too short of time window for me to respond back to. So right here, the Katarina had roam. She picks up a kill here too. So that would put her at 3-1. She's going. Oh no. I get the kill right here. Well, at least I tried to. I think. Yeah. So she gets away from us. Oh no. We get her. Yeah. So we get the Katarina right there. She got caught by the knockup for some reason. I don't know how, but so our enemy just killed both of our laners right here. So I'm trying to gank the Tristana. Now, if I would have had rotated back around faster, I would have had it. What I was assuming would have happened was that my jungler was going to rotate back down bot after we had killed the Katarina to assist the bot lane team, because anybody right there, like either me or the Cho'Gath, if we would have had rotated down there, would have had won that fight easily. But because neither of us had rotated down there, and I didn't even get the blue buff, right? So that was just bad play all around for me. If I would have did what I was supposed to do, right, and just rotate it, then the bot lane could have probably assisted me with the blue buff, and then I could have got it without had to worry about like bot lane dying to Tristana, which is, in terms of ADCs that I really don't want to see fed. I really don't want to see a Tristana fed, and I don't want to see a Vayne fed. Both of those ADCs are very problematic to a lot of champs, and it's just not a whole lot of fun to deal with. So right here, the Katarina was taking a lot of poke right here. She was trying to get me to step out and get punished, but I'm trying to stay as close to my turret as possible. You know, I got a little bit of a, I'm trying to basically trying to come back in some way, shape, or fashion, right? Because the Katarina has 2 kills over me right now. So I missed that CS right there, which was really disheartening. So I just ended up deciding to just kill the casters. Now I head back here to try to, you know, take advantage of the gold that I had got from the kill down bot and the gold that I just got from the CS right there in lane. The Katarina does stay in lane, so that gives me a little bit of an item advantage over her at this moment because she hasn't left yet. So she hasn't gone back to go get her new item. So because she hasn't gone back to get a new item, I still have an item lead over her. I think this is also like one of the tipping points for me in terms of being able to come back from you know, this oppressive lane. Because as you guys saw, the Katarina 0 to 100 me real quick. I mean, yeah, I hate to put it like that, but she literally burst me down to like 2.5 seconds. So right here, I really wanted to try to keep the Katarina from leaving, so I can make sure that I keep my item lead over her. So if she fights me here, I'm probably going to win, mainly due to the fact that I have a bigger item lead over her. So I decided to go down bot to go roam, because I see that my team is fighting. You know, to make up for that roam that I didn't do when I was there by the blue buff. But when I saw that the enemy team had backed off, I had decided to go back to lane to try to go against the Katarina. Now, she got some really good damage off on me. That was at least like at least 50% of my health. So, you know, that's always disheartening to see. But in terms of the fight, I believe I'm able to fight her here because she had stepped out, and I'm able to poke her down before she's able to touch me again. Because as you guys can see, I'm healing from my potion, and because I have the dark seal, it heals you more. It heals you more than if it was just a regular potion. So I got the refillable potion and the dark seal, which is something I normally like to take, mainly due to the fact that you have a lot of heavy sustain. You get the mana, you get the additional healing from your potions. Now the Katarina did roam down bot, and I wasn't able to get there before she was able to. So she does pick up a kill right here on my AD right here, which is unfortunate, but you know, that type of stuff happens when an assassin roam. Now right here, I'm able to pick up the kill on 2 of these guys. I think I pick it up on the Tristana, and I pick it up on the oh wait, no, I actually don't pick up anything right there. Oh wow, never mind. So I think I missed out on the opportunity to be able to get more out of that situation. The only reason why I didn't get more was due to the fact that I didn't have enough mana. Honestly, I feel like that because I wasn't able to use my wall yet, as you guys can see, and I wasn't able to fully commit to that fight because I didn't have all the mana that I needed. And I think I pinged it to my jungler to let him know, like, hey, you know, I don't have enough to commit to this fight all the way. If you know that you're playing a mage and your AD or your jungler wants you to commit to a fight and you don't have enough mana, it's within your best interest to make sure that you don't commit to that fight, because there's not really too much that a caster can do without mana. So right here, the Katarina tries to fight me. So she's 4-2 right now, and I'm 1-2, as you guys can see. She has the CS lead as well, because it's not that hard to get a lead. Now she does get picked up right here. I flash and I knock her back into the soldiers. Now the Cho'Gath ate her instead of giving me the kill, but I did make the flash play right there. So the key difference right there was when I had dashed into her, flashed in front of her, and then pushed her towards the Cho'Gath. When he silenced her again, she wasn't able to flash, and from that, her not being able to flash, we were able to pick up the kill right there. So that also did take a lot of confidence on my end, in terms of like being confident enough to be able to know that I was going to make that combo, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get that to go the way I needed it to. Now right here, I pick up the first turret, which is a really good gold lead for me, because that's 300 bonus gold that I didn't have. So that's basically a champion kill essentially for me. So I leave right here. I know that the Katarina isn't going to commit to the fight right here with me. Now, she does go down to the river to go fight against my team right here. She does pick up the kill on the Cho'Gath, so she's 5-3 now. So she's 5-3. I have more CS than her, and I have the gold from the first turret, but she still is keeping a hefty lead over me right now. So as you guys can see, it is a very, very difficult match for me right now. I'm 1-2. I did establish my lane presence and was able to take the first turret, but that still doesn't keep the Katarina from being able to one-shot me early on. So right here, I see that they're still fighting over by, no, I don't actually see that because they didn't ward it. So I don't know. I decided to wanted to go mid again. Now initially I was going to, so right here the Katarina is going to try to start a fight with me. So now I could have had either rotated. So right here she fought against me, and I had stopped her from being able to jump on top of me. Now she activated her ultimate preemptively, which could have been the difference in our fight. But because she made a minor mistake, she pressed R at the tip of her ultimate, so I didn't take the full brunt of her ultimate. Now I could have, right, rotated to the river instead and tried to see if I could have picked up something. But I was fortunate enough in that fight to be able to recover. Now right here, right, I'm able to gank the Gnosis, right? So he has to run away from me this entire time. Now I don't have enough mana, as you guys can see, to be able to dash and things like that. So I used the last dash to try to see. Now I saw him turn over the corner, so my last hope was to try to catch him right before he makes too far away from me. Because as you guys can see, I have absolutely no mana now. So that was riding on luck right there. But I was able to pick him up right there, and that put me at 3-2 now. So I'm 3-2 and 95 CS. So I have more CS than the Katarina now, and I'm slowly creeping up on her kill count. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep a good goal lead. I'm trying to keep up with the level advantage and things like that. So instead of heading right back, I decided to pick up the blue buff, because the blue buff is like an absolute must for an Azir player. As you guys can see, like, mana is definitely something that he struggles with now with his new rework. So I made sure to always ask my junglers and laners, can they, you know, assist me with having the blue buff, or basically just give me the blue buff if possible. So we were able to pick up the dragon in the last team fight skirmish in the river, so it was very productive for everybody. Actually, I was able to get the kill on the Katarina and the kill on the Gnosis. The same Gnosis that's bullying my Jax. So I was able to get the kill on the Jax. I was able to get the kill. No, not sorry. I was able to get the kill on the Katarina, and I was able to get the kill on Gnosis, which helped me recover some in lane. On top of that, I was also able to get a pretty good goal lead. Now right here, I know that the Katarina is there, so I'm trying to get her to come out of the brush. So I put a ward right there just so I can have some really good vision. The Brum does tag me right there, but he doesn't really commit to the fight, so he has to back off with just the poke. Now, as you guys can see, a team fight is about to be brewing right there. So, the Tristana committed first, and she ended up getting killed. Now, the rest of the enemy team is right here, and I killed the Katarina, and I pick up the kill on the Brum right here as well, because they were only 2 right there, and I'm also able to pick up the kill on the Warwick right now. So, as you guys can see, my kill difference is cast up quite a bit. So now I'm exactly at the same score as her with less deaths than her now. All because I have focused on a couple of other things that she didn't focus on. And I made a little less mistakes than she did in terms of fighting against the matchup. So again, like I told you before, the mistakes that I had made in the beginning was that I tried to fight her straight up without knowing the amount of damage that she could output. After respecting the amount of output damage that she could put, I eventually had started to back up and play the range game, because that's something that Azir had. Even though his range is kind of booty, he still has some range over other laners, and I have more range than Katarina. You never want to fight her in a close-up proximity, but in a far-away distance, if she can't zone in on you, then you're good. Now, I saw the Katarina right over there thanks to the vision from my turret right there, so I was able to poke her down and bring her down to about 50%. Now, if my soldier would have had went through her, I would have had committed, and I would have had I would have dashed, walled her. Now, if I would have got the flash out of her, that would have been good too. But you know, I only made sure that I had enough to be able to what's it called. Now I saw the Katarina there again. She wasn't able to commit because she was she would have took turret aggro, just like the what's it called? Just took turret aggro right there. Now they're trying to dive me here. So the 4 of them are gonna dive into me. I knocked the Brum back, and he's gonna take turret aggro, and he gets killed. Right now, I'm able to focus what's it called, and I'm able to get away right here, which gives me the repositioning. So I had to flash to reposition, but from that I was able to get a really good fight right here. So I pick up a triple kill right here, and now I'm 9-2 with 124 CS at 21 minutes. So I was able to recover quite well, as you guys can see, due to me being able to reposition right there in that fight. If I didn't flash right there, that would have had costed me my life, and that would have had gave them a huge gold lead, because I have a big bounty on my head right now. You know, with each kill that you collect, you collectively get a bigger bounty. Now, the one thing that I love the most about the new Azir is the amount of pushing power that he has. Because his pushing powers is sublime. Now right here, this is where I made the big mistake. So right there, I overstayed, right? My team was backing up, and instead of me leaving along with them, I end up staying. And because I stayed, I get killed. Because the Brum was able to proc his passive off on me and stun me, and then the rest of the damage was more than enough to kill me if I'm unable to defend myself. No barrier, no shield for my E, no nothing. Now, right here they're setting up to go for the Earth Dragon right now. So my team is getting in position to try to contest it. As you guys can see, they have a pretty good lead on the fight on the dragon, but they're unable to commit. Now I just respawned, and obviously I see all the action that's brewing over there at Dragon Pit. But I realized that there's only 4 of them there, and so I decide, instead of going after the team and take like 5 or 10 minutes to get there, I could get to top lane and defend against this turret right here. So I'm able to go in on the Gnosis right here. Right now I have my mask up, so I'm doing magic pin. So right here, he tries to kill me, but I get the shield, which actually does save my life right there. So the shield right there actually does save my life and prevents me from being able to get killed right there, because otherwise he would have killed me. Because I was standing right there in the middle of his circle. But thanks to the shield, I was able to get it. Now, the Jinx got mad at me for taking the blue buff, but I'm like, Jinx, you just right click. I don't have that ability to. Now, the Grump I could have gave her, but yeah, I'm not gonna give her the Grump if she tried to take the blue buff. That's me being a little petty right there. I'm not gonna lie about that. That was a little petty, but you know, whatever. Now, the enemy team did end up getting the Earth Dragon, as you guys can see over there. So they did pick that up. I mean, they did take a lot of casualties along the way, but they were able to pick it up overall. Now, I'm slowly starting to recover all those kills that I had collected, but again, that means that I have a bounty on my head. So if I die, that's a huge gold advantage that they could get on us. Now, as you guys can see, the gold advantage is tipped in our favor, but that's only because I've been able to recuperate the way that I was, because we had about a like 6,000 or 7,000 gold difference. Now we only we have 3,000 gold in our favor, so it's leaning more towards us being able to have the sieging phase of the game at least. So the Gnosis is out by himself. Now I don't commit to the to trying to harass him under the turret, because the turret is pretty much one hit away. Now I want to be able to pick up a fight here. but he has his E. So if I try to commit, he can basically just prevent me from being able to get there. Now I see that some too many enemy heads on the map, so I started heading in that direction like almost immediately. I have a pretty good gold lead and I have a pretty decent amount of CS, so I see the fight and I'm trying to commit to it much more, right? Because the thing is like I'm able to commit to a lot more fights now because I have more mana, I have more damage, and I'm able to do a lot more as a champ right now than where I was earlier when I only had 1 kill, right? So committing to fights that aren't always in your favor can really hurt you sometimes. So if I would have had committed to a couple of fights early on, I would have fell behind like the Katarina has. She is now like 5 and 6. So that really hurted her a lot. So right here, she dies to me because she committed to a fight. And the Tristana too. So she dies here as well. And now, I can easily kill these two, but they don't commit to the fight. Now, the Warwick does make a grave mistake of walking past me and then get popped by the Jinx Q. So he made the mistake of thinking that he can walk past my soldiers and take that DPS. Now we don't end up getting the turret here, but we do end up putting a lot of pressure on their mid towers. The Nasus he's pretty upset about the whole little thing. So I end up leaving because my turret died and the enemies are responding now, and I don't want to overstay like I did the first time and get killed. So I just end up going into the enemy jungle to see if they had the blue buff. Unfortunately, they didn't. So there was nothing for me to grab right there. The Jinx had got the blue buff from the Warwick, obviously. So there was nothing for me to grab right there. Now right here, we able to pick up the Brum right there. I was a little disappointed that the Cho'Gath took the kill right there, but you know, it's not really too much you can do right there. You got to share the gold. But we do end up picking up bot turret right here. So this is even more of a gold swing for us. So now we have the 7,000 gold lead. And we also have a lot of map pressure, as you guys can see. They only was successfully able to take the first tilt turret from top. That was it. After that, we didn't lose bot turret, and my mid turret was barely even touched. Yes, she killed me in lane quite a bit, but she wasn't able to apply any type of map pressure. And at the end of the day, kills are pretty, but a win is a win, and the only way you can win is by taking the enemy nexus. And the only way you can get to the enemy nexus is getting through all their turrets and all of their inhibitors. So right here, the Warwick makes another great mistake of trying to go through all of that. He takes a lot of damage, so he's unable to commit because he wanted to press R right there on the first person that he saw, but he was unable to commit because he was taking so much DPS right there. So as you guys can see, the kill is a clean difference now. I have about a 50 CS difference to the Katarina. I have 4 more kills than her and 5 less death than her now. Now, the Katarina had committed to a lot more team fights, but those team fights didn't come out frugalous for her, and she ended up getting behind because of that. So now her deaths and her kills are exactly the same. Remember, she was 5 and 2 at the beginning. So that means for every 1 kill that she had got, she died at least 2 times before she got to 8 kills, which is it's a little sad to see in terms of like how some people don't take advantage of their gold lead, because the Katarina did have a really solid gold lead on her, and she could have won the match easily from just snowballing off the lane between me and her. But she made a lot of bad macro decisions, which costed her her lead. And right here is another example right here, right? So that it's a team fight that's brewing. I catch the Tristana out of position. She tries to fight against me actually. And then I catch the Brum right here. So I had the flash, but I was able to get them. Now I dash away so I don't get killed. But he does hit me with his E right here, and that kills me. So they end up picking up that fight right there only because the Brum was able to get out of position on me. So if the Brum didn't get out of position right there, I would have had been able to kill the Brum and then focus on the Gnosis straight up. But because the Brum was able to flash, I tried to commit, and because I tried to commit to the fight, I ended up getting caught out of position, and I took at least 90% of my health right there. That 90%, on top of Katarina jumping on top of me with Shimpo, had put me at a really critical low. Anything could have killed me, as you guys saw, because Gnosis' E, even though he's not building AP, was more than able to kill me right there. So you got to be careful with those types of things. You don't want to overcommit to fight sometimes, because again, if you overcommit to certain fights, you just end up putting yourself in a deficit. So now I'm 12-4. I mean, I was at a deficit initially, and I worked myself back to a really good position. But I don't want to work myself out of a deficit again this late in the game. So you got to be able to play smart. Now I'm able to pick up the blue buff here. I don't go towards the fighting right away, because there's 4 heads here and there's 1 head up there. So that means that all people who is accounted for is already there. Now the Katarina was able to pick up 2 more kills before she ended up dying. So right here, the Gnosis tries to kill me. Oh no, sorry. Gnosis does kill me because he slows me with his E. I didn't know that his E slows your auto attack speed as well. So because he slowed my auto attack speed, I had lost that fight because I didn't have enough attack speed to kill him. So he killed me because of that minor detail, and I do regret that, but you know, there's not really too much you can do about that. So right here, the Gnosis gets the turret, but he also you know, didn't defend his Nexus. So a lot of Gnosis players, they do something that I always find so weird, is that after they leave the laning phase, they just stay in the top lane. They never actually come to commit to the rest of the team. So right here, they catch a 2-man counter strike right there, and the Cho'Gath is starting to fight. Now the Cho'Gath is going to die here, but not before they kill the Katarina. Oh wait, yeah, I think he dies here. Actually, I'm not exactly sure. So the Cho'Gath does die there. He died, but as you guys saw, it took him quite a bit of time to be able to die right there. Now the Tristana was able to pick up the 2 kills right there. Now I have no choice but to dash away right here, because the Warwick was right on top of me. Now I knew he had used his ultimate already, because they just had a team fight. Now there's not really too much they can do right here. So right here, I just outright murdered the Tristana, because again, she thought that she could just take me. Now right here, I get the Brum. Now I tried to get the Warwick as well, because as you guys saw, I did the Shuriman drift. You know what I'm saying? As you guys can see, I do have the Azir mechanics. It's just macro decisions aren't always my strongest suits with him sometimes. And a lot of times out of the laning phase, sometimes I don't really know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because what ends up happening is I would either bomb the laning phase and then focus on trying to siege and get team fights, or I would kick ass in the laning phase and then you know, just be trying to team fight all the time so I can take advantage of the gold lead so I can try to win. But that's not always the answer in every single scenario. In this particular scenario, it was the answer by me roaming and also looking for individual fights that I know for a fact that I could win, like me versus Gnosis or me versus the individual people and stuff like that, and getting into team fights as soon as possible. Those types of decisions have helped me out quite a bit. So right here, Brum almost got caught out of position, but the Jax didn't have the counter strike up, so he wasn't able to fully commit to the Brum. Otherwise, the Brum would have died right there for being caught out of position. Now, I don't want to overcommit to pushing, because there's only 2 of us, me and the Jax. And if I overcommit to the push, I can run the risk of getting myself killed. Now, I thought that the blue buff was there. I was trying to pick it up because I needed it to refresh my blue buff, but it's not there. So, you know, sad faces all across the board. I keep stealing all the grumps and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Now, as you guys can see, they don't have too much pressure right now. We took one of their Nexus turrets. So we took one of the Nexus turrets, and all of mid is pushed in. The reason being is because Katarina never, ever, from the time that you guys started the match, from the time that we started watching this match, all the way up to the end, Katarina had never applied any pressure in the mid lane at all. And she's only been trying to focus on kills solely. Because of that, she put herself at a disadvantage because she wasn't able to focus on more than just that, right? There's so much more micro decisions that she could have had made to help her take advantage of that goal lead and really put herself in a winning position. So right here is a team fight that they didn't really want to be in because the Katarina does get blown up right here. And because of my magic pin, I'm able to easily just blow up these guys. So the Braum is caught out of position and just easily killed. I did take the Morello Malacan, and I have the voice staff, and I have the search boot, so I have a lot of magic penetration right now at this moment. So anybody who does have a heavy magic resistance is still going to get burst down, and anybody who doesn't have any magic resistance is going to get instant, just like how you saw the Tristana get instant multiple times in those types of fights. But right here, we end up pushing. I killed we end up killing the Warwick right there. And that is the end of the match. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. But this is Zuki M1, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.